Welcome back to how I manifested $500,000, my dream house, dream car, dream body, and marrying my favorite ex so fast it felt like magic, but it's just science. And how you can too.
And no, it wasn't affirmations or some witch on Etsy. I adopted an identity that could have it all by first believing it was possible. But belief isn't saying affirmations or the subliminals you listen to. It's what you believe on a subconscious level. Because subconscious beliefs are your identity and the lens through which you view and create reality. You can do all the manifestation techniques in the world. Say every affirmation, visualize and meditate all day. But if it's not changing you, it's not changing anything. So start by writing what you actually believe about what you want to manifest. And you have to be really honest, otherwise it won't work. If you believe you're worthy of love, but you also believe that men aren't shit, you're not going to manifest love. I'm not going to lie, it can be really difficult to identify all the beliefs that are holding you back. That's why all my courses help you get super specific. And why cookie cutter courses and generic affirmations don't work. Manifestation is not one size fits all. This list of beliefs is your roadmap and tells you exactly what you need to shift. And if you do it right, shifting one key belief will actually shift dozens of others. So it doesn't take years of therapy and healing.
Part 2. Now that you've identified your limiting beliefs, here's how to shift out of that identity and into the version of you who really has it all. Start and end your days with manifestation techniques as soon as you wake up and right before bed. This should only take a few minutes, so choose 1 or 2 techniques you can stick with long term. It can be the same techniques every day, or you can switch it up. Just choose 1 or 2 that work for you. And here's how to know it's working. It shouldn't feel like a lie or checking off your to-do list. It should feel like you're playing in your imagination. It should feel energizing and motivating, like you're expanding into the upgraded version of you. So whether you meditate, affirm, visualize, or script, it shouldn't take more than 15 minutes. Because again, the goal is to stay consistent with shifting your identity, not to get a 3D outcome. That just happens to come as a result. And techniques are just one way that we can practice that new identity. And that's what we'll get into in part 3, so be sure to follow. Part 3. So far, we've talked about beliefs and manifestation techniques, but let's get into some action. Because contrary to a lot of gurus out there, actions are a massive part of manifesting. And I'm not talking about forcing your manifestation. I'm talking about embodying the identity of the version of you who has it. One of the best ways to take action without force is with an intentional schedule. So for this part, literally write out your ideal day as the version of you who is reaching your goal. For example, if you want your dream body, schedule time for the gym. If you want more money, schedule time for your side hustle, your degree, or filling out job applications. And if you want love, schedule time for self-improvement and meeting new people. And this might seem logical, but a lot of you aren't willing to make time until you see progress. And that's pretty backwards. Whenever possible, find time to do these things early in the morning so you don't find excuses to skip them later. Next, schedule your obligations like work and childcare. Then go through and fill those gaps with things like fun, relaxation, and self-improvement. It's really important that your schedule is well-rounded so you actually stick with it. The beauty of this schedule is it automatically makes you embody the identity of the version of you who is getting what you want, because you're literally doing what it takes to get there. So we've talked about beliefs, techniques, and scheduling, but in part 4, we're talking about obstacles because this is where most people ruin their manifestations. Part 4. So far, we've talked about beliefs, techniques, and scheduling. But in part 4, I'm teaching you how to conquer obstacles with ease so you don't get thrown off course every time something doesn't go your way. Contrary to a lot of manifestation advice out there, you actually do want to plan for failure. Most coaches tell you to just assume that everything will work out perfectly with no obstacles, but that just isn't realistic. But when you have strategies for struggles, you feel more confident taking risks. So grab your pen and paper and literally write out plan A, B, C, and D. Brainstorm 4 possible ways that you can reach your goals so you don't completely give up if one doesn't pan out. But what really makes a difference is having a plan for the internal obstacles. Technically, your manifestation can happen in a million different ways. You don't have to control the how, but you do eventually have to believe that it's possible. So you need strategies that keep you moving forward even if things get tough. But again, this is not one size fits all. You need a custom strategy that works for you. That's why I've developed a list of 50 strategies that are scientifically proven to help you overcome obstacles. And this list is included for free in the Negative Thoughts program, the Manifest Anything workbook, and the Reunion program. And trust me, this is not about ignoring your bad feelings. So many coaches tell you to just affirm and ignore all your negative thoughts and feelings. But negativity is not the enemy, it's information. And ignoring negativity is like ignoring your gas gauge when it says your tank is almost empty. Ignoring it just causes more problems. So when you fix your problems instead of hiding from them, you're going to get what you want every time. In part 5, we're talking about the mindset shift that changes everything. And if you don't have your manifestation yet, I guarantee you're missing this step. See you in part 5 and happy manifesting! Part 5! So far in this series, we've talked about beliefs, techniques, scheduling, and overcoming obstacles. But we really need to talk about the mindset shift that changes everything. See, most people are trying to manifest by thinking about what they want. They wish for it and they try to imagine having it. But this is thinking of a state instead of thinking from it. See, you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. So if you're wishing for something, it means you don't have it. And you actually don't have to be delusional or brainwash yourself into believing that you already have it. I mean, you can do that, but if that was working for you, you wouldn't be watching this video. Instead, I want you to think, act, and be the version of you who is guaranteed to get what you want. Getting your manifestation is literally your identity, so failure doesn't scare you. You simply live your life knowing that it's guaranteed to happen. You're not trying to force the results, you're simply allowing. So the next time you start thinking, what can I do to manifest what I want? Stop, take a breath, and ask yourself, if what I want is guaranteed, what would I be doing right now? This question instantly shifts your mindset from desperately forcing to confidently becoming. Wow. For example, if you're manifesting love, the version of you who's desperate will text your person looking for reassurance. But the version of you who's confident knows that they're going to text you, so you can go out and have fun with your friends. And you're not going out with your friends because you think that will make them text you. You do it because you already know they're texting you without you having to do anything. So if you want science-backed instructions to manifest love, money, or anything else, click my link. And be sure to follow for the final part of this series where we tie it all together with healthy attachment. Because you don't need to detach from what you want, but you also shouldn't be obsessed with it. See you in part 6 and happy manifesting! Part 6! So far in this series, we've talked about beliefs, techniques, scheduling, obstacles, and mindset. But for this final part, we need to talk about healthy attachment. Because this is where so many people go wrong, and it's not your fault. There's a lot of misinformation telling you to fully detach and stop wanting your manifestation. Or aggressively persist and robotically affirm for it all day long. Both of those approaches are going to backfire. Because neither one fits the identity of having what you want. And I'll prove it to you. Think about something you already have. Let's say you have a cat. You want your cat, don't you? And you have your cat. Therefore, wanting something doesn't mean you don't have it. You're allowed to want your manifestation. And I guarantee you're not robotically affirming all day long, I have a cat, I have a cat, I have a cat. So if the version of you who has what you want is not detached from it and isn't aggressively affirming for it, what is that identity doing? You have a healthy attachment to it. You still want what you want, but you're being the person who already has it or knows you're guaranteed to get it. And these steps apply to manifesting literally anything. So list the beliefs of your current identity, use techniques to practice having your manifestation, schedule the identity of having your manifestation, prepare for obstacles so they don't stop you. Think from the state of having your manifestation instead of wishing for it. And develop a healthy attachment with your manifestation. You can use these 6 steps to manifest literally anything you want. Click my link for help getting what you want faster and easier than ever before. It's just science. And follow for more manifestation videos. Happy manifesting!